Terrific.
Good morning. Hello.
Seen so many people. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Fantastic.
Morning.
See you all on a Monday morning or on a Monday afternoon. So this morning we have two very special guests and friends of mine from the Los Angeles Philharmonic. We tried to get all of the LA Phil on, but they've all moved to Hawaii. So these are the only two guys that are left in LA. No, that's not true. So a person who has to put up with me in the orchestra on a daily basis and sits right next to my bell, poor bugger. Someone who I've known for, how long, Greg? More than 18 years. It's a long time. Mr. Greg Roosa, the second horn of the Los Angeles Philharmonic. I'll get that right. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning.
Great to have you here. Terrific. Greg is an amazing horn player, wonderful person, and we are very, very fortunate to have him in the LA Phil. And I feel blessed every day to be able to play with Greg.
Wow.
It's always a pleasure. And thank you for getting up so early. I know
COVID times. This is pretty early. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. It feels like, so it's okay.
Terrific. Awesome. And the other member of the LAFL we have with us this morning is our principal trombone and faculty member of Invested Musician, David Rejano. Good morning, David.
Good morning, everyone. And I happen to be on the other side of your belt, which is your bad profile, just for everybody to know.
Yeah, so we have a combination. So we have Greg on my right and David on my left, and they get all of it. All right, terrific. So let's get going this morning. We're going to we've got some fantastic exercises that Greg and David have put through. So a lot of variety this morning. But let's start with something familiar. We're going to start with the poo exercise. Oh, for those of you who haven't joined us before, the poo exercise, we start with our lips together, and we just blow through those lips. We start with a short note, so let's say about an eighth note, pianissimo, piano, and we're gradually going to increase that over 8 repetitions, and the 9th one we're just going to articulate. It'll sound something like this. And we'll just do call and response. Down a half step. if you were with us last week for the challenge, we did a lot of breathing and blowing. So that would feel pretty good. For those of you who are interested and would still like to get the information about the challenge, we'll be sending out an email later today with links to all of the recordings from the 5 days of the challenge. Don't be scared; they're only an hour each session, and pretty digestible. So you can watch them in your own time and check out the challenge that way. If you weren't able to make it for us live, and also if you just missed a day or two, all of those recordings are up in the YouTube page on Invested Musician. So let's try a little bit of chromatics to start with. We'll just do a really simple one. Just same as what we do most weeks, except we're not going to do any flutter tongue. We're just going to do it slurred, just focusing on moving the air as simply as we can. Terrific. So our first guest today, Greg Roosa. Greg, you have had a very unique journey to the Los Angeles Philharmonic. When did you join the orchestra?
I joined in 2012, fall of 12.
Cool. Before that, you were in a string of different jobs.
Yes. So right before here, I was in St. Louis Symphony for 9 years as fourth horn, acting second horn for about half of that time there. And then previous to that, I was in the Kennedy Center Opera Ballet Orchestra for about a year and a half. And before that, I was fourth horn of the Colorado Symphony in Denver. And then before that, I was freelance in Chicago for about eight years and had positions in regional orchestras around that area and state.
Cool. And I love that you've got some fantastic stories, which we don't have time for, unfortunately, this morning.
No.
Fantastic stories of tours with the CSO.
Yes.
Tours and yeah, amazing.
It was a good time.
Yeah, cool. All right, so Greg gets to hear me warm up on stage quite often, and I get to hear Greg on the other side of the bell. So he's got an amazing warm up exercise that he does on stage that I've tried to do a couple of times and quickly stopped because it was not very good.
It's a party trick.
Yeah, well, it's pretty impressive. But now that we've got the music to it, I can practice it so that when we get back to the Hollywood Bowl, I can surprise you. But we're going to start with some easy ones, Greg. So give us a couple of your favorite warm up exercises.
Well, the first thing is in the Froydis' book. She's got a great book out. There's one exercise I put from there is the thoughts on playing the horn well from Froydis' book, and one of the first things to do, she said in her 1.3 exercise, is the first tones on the horn. She does a lot of buzzing before she gets to this point, and I think this is good for me just to get the buzz going, the air flowing, and especially when we're working or we're playing 4 concerts a week, and it's a big program. Your chops are tight. This is kind of a nice, slow exercise to get your chops going. And this first one I like to do without a metronome, just to kind of just play how it feels. And I know I understand from Andrew that I have a really old version of Zoom, so you have to forgive the lovely tone that my speaker makes. But and as the exercise says, it's 1.3 first tones, and it's very slowly, and it's just nice quality sound and nice even dynamic. Yeah, I think that the end of the exercise, or the bend of the note, I think kind of works the inner muscles inside your mouthpiece, kind of strengthens your chops as well. And then you just go up. You don't have to go up, but you go up as high as you can. I try to get up to the high C, coming down in the warm up. But it's whatever's comfortable for you. And some days it's different. Some days it's harder. Some days it's easier. So just kind of go where you're comfortable. Don't press it too hard. Just go up a half step. How far do you want to go? Keep going up, Andrew, or how do you want to?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
This is a fearless group.
Okay.
We
So just take your time. We want to rush through this. We want to just get through it. So make sure you take your time going through that and really feel the air moving, and your chops going to relax, and just big healthy breaths. Do one more. That's good.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've basically run out of range by this point.
Yeah, just keep going there and always be doing work for a good quality sound for that one, and try to bend further on those bend notes as far as you can. Some registers are easier than others, but
Cool. Yeah. So just to clarify for those of you who are wondering who can't see the links or haven't got the music in front of them. So Greg is bending the second last note. The fifth note is bending as far as he can within that pitch. This is to give flexibility and, as he said, strengthen these muscles in the middle. But otherwise, we're trying to make sure that the sound is nice and stable and even throughout. All right, let's do a really simple articulation one that we worked on in the challenge. This is repeated note scales. Yeah, for me. It's always great to hear Greg play the exercise that he represented, because when it's on stage and you've got a beautiful acoustic, it's just this sound just rings over the hall. And I'm trying to warm up and try and get my sound going, and I listen to this beautiful rich sound next to me. I'm like, oh, I probably should sound like that. That would be probably better. But yeah, I need to practice that exercise more, Greg. It's a good one. So we're going to expand our repeated note scales in two directions. So we're going to go down a half step and then up a half step. So we're going to start on we start on concert F. We're going to do concert E in triplets. And then 16th starting on a concert F sharp. That was for Austin. See, I snuck that one in there. Everyone thought F sharp. Andrew can't play F sharp. That was F sharp, right? Concert F sharp. Ah, you see what I did there? Tricky. Yeah. E flat. And G. D. A flat. Okay, I practiced this on this week. And for bonus points. Okay, given that we just finished the challenge, I have to take up the challenge. So Dan Omer has challenged me 2 octaves with 16ths. Thank you very much. I now need to take a lie down, so it's with great pleasure that I introduce David Rejano, who is a trombone soloist and everything with the trombone. He's an amazing musician and great player. How many trombone? Put in the chat if you're here as a trombone player. Don't be shy, and you can turn your camera on. It's okay. Or if you'd like to be a trombone player, that would even be better. You can put that in too. David, good morning.
Dreams, just put in the chat. Good morning, everyone.
So David, you joined the orchestra, is it 5 years ago now or more?
5 years ago now, yes. 2016.
Wow, amazing. Time flies, huh?
Especially the last year and a half.
Yeah. And you're originally from Spain?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm from Spain.
And we are very lucky to have you in LA. where were you? What was your path to the Philharmonic?
Well, my first gig was at the age of 18 in a small orchestra in northern Spain in Navarra Symphony Orchestra. Then I had 3 years with Barcelona Opera Orchestra still in Spain. Then I moved to Germany, almost 7 years as a principal trombone with the Munich Philharmonic, and then was LA, and then LA happened to cross my life, and I moved here.
Fantastic. And now we have you. David actually lives basically equidistant to the high school that is in between us. So I live on one side of the high school, David on the other side of the high school. We're about a mile apart in our houses. So very close neighbour. David, you've got some great stuff for us this morning. I'll leave it with you.
Yeah. Well, this is you will find the exercises. By the way, I want to start with one that is called notes placing. Just a brief explanation. You can play basically the key that you want that fits better your horn, because I just wrote down B flat major for trombone, but if that's too low or whatever, you just switch to whatever key fits better. So notes placing is it is a very, very simple exercise, but it is probably the thing that is helping me the most in my whole career, developing my playing, my sound, my accuracy. So it is basically based on the very simple concept that says that every single note is in a different place. As simple as that, right? So that's very easy to see when you play a piano, because every key represents a different note. But when we have an instrument and all we have is air and moving 3 fingers, in your case, slide in my case, it is a little bit more complicated to see that happen. So normally we just move the finger to the right place and we expect the right note to happen and to get it right. But we need to do a mental effort, an extra mental effort, to think, I'm going from this note to that note. So it's not enough with going from a C to an F by just pressing finger 1 or whatever you do in your transposition instrument. But you actually need to think the C is here and the F is here, and I need to skip to 2 notes in the middle. So that sounds very dummy just when I say it with my poor English. But when you actually think about that, your level of accuracy is going to increase like crazy. So that's how we're going to practice this today. So I'm going to start doing it in B flat major, concert B flat major, but you can do it whatever you want. But the main thing is that you think that the B flat is here, then the C is here, and back to the B flat, then B flat, B flat, B flat, F, B flat. So think about the distance in between the notes. Actually, for the sake of time, I'm gonna just play in a faster tempo. I would normally play in a much slower tempo, and I will actually normally sing it and use my hand to see where the notes are before playing. So if you want, we can actually do that. We can sing it first, like da, 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 and use realistic distances. Da, 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 da. So look at your hand all the time. Da, 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 da. And now just play it again, thinking about these distances. So when I play this and I actually think about the distance in between the notes, I feel like I really hit the center of every note that I play, that every note that I play is full, and I reach the maximum potential out of those notes. So now to go back down, we'll do it articulated now. So the basic exercise will end here. Now we have some bonus points, as Andrew was saying before. So this is for brave people now. So we'll go down an octave with the arpege, and then we will go up 3 octaves with the arpege. So we finish on the B flat. I don't even know if that's possible in a French one. Okay. And now, just for the braver, once we reach the peak, we'll finish the, I mean, if you're looking at the exercise, you see a little trill there. So we will trill the higher note and stay on that note. And then we'll go down like this. Or something like that. So normally the way it goes for me, I will go down half step, then up half step. But just for the sake of time, we're just going to do one more. And I know it's pretty low already for French horn probably. So let's go to E flat, concert E flat major. And you can do it at the same time with me because it's pretty long, right? So. And now some extra points.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Terrific. A lot of great stuff in that for us. And I've just extended my range by an octave, so that's always a good thing for me early in the morning. All right, let's do a little bit of flexibility while we're heading in that direction, and then we have another awesome one from Greg. All right. So first time is first time is slurred, just on the open harmonics, and then the second time is articulated, and we're looking to make sure that we've got really good coordination with these changes of the notes. And again, anytime we get to sing these is a good thing. It's good to be reminded. David, thank you for reminding us that we need to sing. Down a half step. And obviously, Greg will continue to take these down another 3 octaves without even thinking about it. Sadly, I won't, but we can take that down as low as we can. Now it's getting, for me, it's getting right on the break. So this is a really good exercise for us to get flexibility either side of the break to make this move. It's a good one to practice Heldenleben, Ryan Gold, Till Eulenspiegel, these sorts of things. Greg, back to you.
Okay, so let's do the other book I like to work out of. Again, my more of was kind of piecemeal of different people's warm-ups and different things I like to do. But one of the other things I like to do early on in the warm-up is out of the Brophy book, Technical Studies, exercise number 1. And here it does say metronome marker is 72. And I do like to use that metronome for that. So I won't put the metronome on now, just so you don't have it clicking going on. But it's basically you want to just stay slow and controlled. And this exercise, it says, first one you do all slurred, second one more marcato, and then obviously you can see that the second part of it is staccato. So. Just play along so we save time instead of going through this. Want to do that, Andrew? We're just gonna play along with this, or you want to just do it immediately?
No, call and response is totally fine. It's great to hear you do it, and then we can copy.
Okay, cool. And then I would play the number 2. You want to play that as well, Andrew, the different key, or you want to just?
Oh, fantastic! Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, really great. Awesome. The cool thing about us being able to hear from these fantastic guests every week is we get to steal new ideas and new exercises that we can plug into our own warm-up routine. So if you are just joining us for the first time today, or you haven't been here that often, check out the IM Community Facebook group, because in that group we have all of the exercises that all of our guests have put together, and steal them and put it into your own routine, because it's really helpful. There are sadly no original exercises in anything that we've done. Isn't that right, Greg?
It's all been done before. Someone had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No copyrights.
all we've done is stolen them and repurposed them, and which is why it's great. And David is our first non-horn playing expert guest. Yeah, thank you, David. And what we realized, of course, is that trombone exercises and horn exercises are the same stuff, right?
Yeah. That's the Froydis book is great because she steals everybody's. There's a whole chapter in her book about her favorite exercise. And there's some are clarinet, some are trumpet, some are trombone, and you start playing something. And I first took the one I'll do later. I started playing, and this trombone player comes to me and says, "How did you get that one?" I thought it was a trombone etude. Someone else said the things tuba etude or exercise. So who knows who it is? Who belongs to?
I would say that the biggest difference is basically the amount of time that I need to empty my instrument, but that's it. It's so funny seeing so many screens like turning around the horn and emptying things after it. Nice.
Yeah. Trombone is pretty easy like that. All right, so David, done. All right, David, let's have another trombone one.
Okay. You'll find it in the chat, the one called Octaves. So basically octave exercises, right? I think, well, if you follow that PDF file, first we play just one octave and back to low note. Then what I want to do is the same thing, but with a diminuendo and a crescendo. Why do I want to do that? I don't know about you guys, but for me, the most natural thing is like the higher I have to play, the louder I play, like in a natural way. I don't, without even thinking about that. So trying to avoid that, I like to do a diminuendo going to the highest note, crescendo going to the lower note. Then we will add one more octave. And you see there's a part where it says head or body heading down. This is based on the idea that the higher you think about playing, the more complicated, at least for me, it gets this way. It goes this way. if I think that I have to play higher, my brain is telling me that something more complicated is coming. But if I'm doing the opposite movement with my body, meaning if I'm going higher, but I'm going lower with my body, something happens here in my chops. I cannot explain like the physicality of it, but everything results much easier for me. So I just want you to try it out with me now and see if that makes the same reaction to you guys or not. So let's start with B flat. I know you have a C natural there, but let's start with a B flat because it's easier for the trombone. I see only one trombone player, right, buddy? It is much easier for us. Okay, so first one, don't think about anything, just play. Second one, diminuendo, crescendo. Third one, we're going to do this. I mean, the bigger you can do that movement down, the more outrageous it looks like. It's going to be uncomfortable to play, but when we add one more octave now, it's going to make sense, I hope. So now, next one, adding one more octave, just normal without anything extra. Now we do the diminuendo going up. Going down. And now just a little bit slower so you can feel it. Okay, let's do a couple more. Let's go up, C natural. Diminuendo, crescendo. By the way, with that one, I just hit the floor with my slide. But you guys don't.
I was going to ask, how do you play this one in 7th position?
But I'm not wearing pants, so not gonna do it. Okay, one more octave. Diminuendo. Okay, now you don't have this in the folder, but we can do something else to try it out. So let's pick up some challenging highest note, whatever is already challenging for your instrument or for yourselves, and play that scale from the lower octave. And the higher you go, the lower I want you to raise your instrument. So something like. So the highest note is completely heading down. Just try it out. So in the end, it's about your brains telling you that you are going down. You're not heading up. You are just heading down, and everything remains kind of like in the same position. You're not forced that much with your muscles, and everything remains sort of like in a reverse conical way of playing, which is the interesting thing for me when it gets to play high range. I always think about my embouchure being this way to avoid going natural wrong way back, right? So in the end, you remain in the same position. Your lips don't go inside the mouthpiece or anything like that, but you just are more strong in your corners. And I guess that's it, Andrew.
Fantastic, that's great. You were going to see me in the Philharmonic whenever we play something. I'm going to be now. All the audience is going to see is the top of my head. Yeah, exactly. But that's great. That's really fantastic. So I'm going to work on that this week for sure. All right, Greg. So we have come to the moment.
Oh no. Okay. All right. So there's this exercise. It's in the Froydis book as well, and she writes it out. Whether she writes it out or the way she has it in her book is writes it in eighth notes, and I like this one that Bruce Hemp wrote, and I got this. Actually, there's a nice website that John Erickson of Arizona has called hornmatters.com, and he's got a lot of exercises and etudes and things in there. And I copied this off his website. Because I like this one better in quarter notes because when you first start playing this, you don't want to play it quickly. You want to make sure you get the feel of the pitches and things. And he has a short version. We'll start with that one, the short series. And just do it as he's pretty explanatory in his directions here. So for time-wise, not sure how much time do we have, Andrew? This could go on forever. You can play this forever.
We have a couple of minutes.
Okay, so basically you would go up, let's go further down when we get to the B flat side. Back up to the bottom of the page, number 8, the letter 8 on there. Okay, so then where it gets fun is when you get to you turn the page over and you go to the long variation on the F horn, and still try to stay. I mean, I think to start off maybe such a metronome for like 112-ish, and then for party tricks you can get it. He says in this one it's as fast as you want or as fast as you can play it, and that's when you have people just kind of come up and just saying, "What are you playing?" So. And down a half step. And you can play a little faster. And then the B flat slide. And and so on. So we can go on and higher up and follow the exercises. But I think in the beginning, you start off slow with a metronome, like at 112, and just kind of work it up till you have it nice and comfortable and very in control. You can kind of get too fast and go kind of sloppy, but try to really stay controlled with the intervals and quality of tune all throughout.
Right. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And for anyone who is curious, every time I play that on this side of the microphone, perfection. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't miss a single note, and it was everything incredible. So we'll be releasing that on CD next week for you all to listen to. Fantastic. Well, thank you, Greg, and thank you, David, for a fantastic hour.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome. That was great.
Really, really terrific. And one thing I forgot to tell you in our pre-game meeting is that we have to do the elephant. And I don't know if either of you guys know what the elephant is.
No.
You do the elephant?
I'm not sure I want to know.
I can imagine what it is.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is a little bit different today with the elephant. I am going to demonstrate the elephant, but David and Greg are going to leave their mics on.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And they are going to play the elephant with you guys, because this is what is called entertainment, and this is what we're on about. So it's the F horn starting on a concert F.
Whatever that means for
I
me.
have a horn. Sorry, I only have B flat horn.
Well, it's okay. Sure. You guys will figure it out then. So we start on a concert F, and we go to the 10th of the scale. And then we come back down. You'll get it once I play it. You watch. Listen to these guys. It'll be perfect. And there's an extra. These guys are going to get paid double what the regular rate is for this session. They're going to get double this for doing this. So don't worry, guys. We'll put an extra 0 on the check. Everything will be perfect.
Maybe not after you hear it. Maybe I'll get anything.
All right. So here we go. See, this is the problem. They're too good. It's much less entertaining when they get it right. We go down a half step. Terrific. And so this is one, of course, that Greg has never heard, because I don't do this on stage at the Philharmonic, because I would end up with Greg and the rest of the section and the percussion section and most of the brass section throwing things at me. So good one not to do on stage, but in the privacy and quiet of your own home. Thank you so much to Greg and David, our fantastic guests for today.
Welcome. It was fun. Nice to see everybody.
Awesome. And thank you to you guys for coming and getting up on a Monday morning. Great to see you. We'll be here next Monday with another terrific warm-up session, and have a great week.